Aziza, son of Cleopatra, show yourself. Stop deceiving yourself. You are not a spirit. You are mortal. You and I are mortal. You who flee on the blood of innocent children. Show yourself. Your end has come.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu.
Son of Cleopatra, the indestructible spirit wind that blows no one any good. Arume, why are you invading my territory? Why are you troubling the trouble that never troubled you? The battle is between me and the people, not you. Arume, keep off. No, Aziza, the battle is between me and you. And my people, and my people is me. He who troubles my people has troubled me. Aziza, why are you troubling the people? Then you have chosen to you are trespassing your boundary. Mind your business. I have made it clear that my business is to free those 7 children that you took captive last night and to reunite them with their parents. Hand them over to me, Aziza, and I will leave. He who gathers uninfected firewood should get ready to entertain community of Lisa. Aziza, I didn't cross the 7 rivers of Atwebu, Akalaka, Arugu, Amibu, Abobio, Ayatolu, and as to banter words with you. I am here to free the 7 children that you took captive last night and to reunite them with their parents. For the last time, Aziza, where did you keep the children? Hand them over to me and I will live in peace. Those children belong to me. You cannot free those 7 children from my hand. They belong to me. Where did you keep the children? Hand them over to me and I will live in peace. Arume, how dare you order me around in my territory? What a credit abitego surugada, Yamatagana surugre dundi mo. He who dances surugada dance should know that such dance is a dance meant for the spirit and not for mortals like you. Arume, many rivers have been crossed by you. Yeah, there is no end in sight to your mission. If I were you, I would have given up long time ago. The rescue and redemption of my people lies on my shoulder, and I will do everything within my power to protect them. Whoever that sees evil happening in the society and keeps quiet and did not rise against evil, he or she is equally guilty of evil. Aziza, why did you suddenly change into wickedness and evil? It is the end that justifies the beginning, Arume. I did not originate evil in the world. Evil has been in the world even before Satan was created. Evil was created. Take it this way. Where you have right, you have left. Where you have up, you have down. Likewise, where you have good, you have evil. Evil has been before I was born, and evil will continue to be after I have gone. I have chosen my own way, and you have equally chosen your own way. Go your way, and I will go my way. Maintain your lane, and I will maintain my lane. Aziza, why did you suddenly change into wickedness and evil? Man makes man to change, and change is permanent. There comes a time in the life of every man when he has to take decisions affecting his principles and ideas. I was in the middle of nowhere amidst people who could be hostile to the point of being cannibals, and I knew no word of their language. What are you blabbering? We started where? Our destiny and calling is to protect the people and not to destroy them with our power. Why have you chosen the course of wickedness and evil, Aziza? Why have you brought pains and destruction on the very society that we are meant to protect? Arume, aren't you there when I came to register my complaint to the people of Mboshimini, Azumini, Amiibo, and Obio? That they should allow me marry the woman I have stayed with and have loved from my youth. What did they say? They told me that Chioma herself has taken her decision to marry eze-ego, who has money more than me. If they have power of money, I will prove to them that I have massive power. It is Chioma on her own, not the people, that decided to follow a man that has money more than you. And if you must inflict pain on anybody, you should go after Chioma, not the people. Arume, when rain falls, it doesn't fall on one roof. It touches on all the roofs within. Don't be stupid. I can't harm the woman that I love. It is the people that will taste the wrath of Aziza. The people will taste the wrath of Aziza until the right thing is done. Let them return my Chioma. Aziza, hand the children over to me and I will leave.
Music on
Even if a child climbs the top of an iroko tree, he cannot see it. Aziza, stop inflicting pain on the very society that you are supposed to protect. I am Aziza, son of Cleopatra, the indestructible spirit wind that blows no one any good. If any man bites my head without minding the hairs from my head, I, Aziza, will bite his anus without minding the waste that flows from it. I am Aziza. I will cause rain to fall. So, Aziza, no matter how tall belongs to me. No, you lie. Those children doesn't belong to you. They have parents, and their parents are desperately in need of them, and that is why I'm here. I am Aziza, son of Cleopatra, the indestructible spirit wind that blows no one any good. I will just give you the grace of today. If you eventually cross my way again next time, I will stigmatize you. I am Aziza, the indestructible spirit wind that blows no one any good. Go and never come back, ARUME. Forward, run as fast as you can. I will get you. I will surely get you. I will be back for you.
The mind is right, and attention rescue the people ways.